He didn't realize how prophetic that song would be. As we begin the 3 o'clock hour, we are going to get into the C.J. Stroud visit more, but I'm going to see if I can play a role in healing the community. But that song, little did we know that a Major League Baseball team would enjoy this show so much that every time they hit a home run, they would bring out a home run prop that they are calling the Dong Bong. America's Orioles, Jim Costa's Orioles, my Orioles. Every time they hit a home run, they have a beer bong that they now call the Dong Bong.
Can't make this up.
You can't. But Kenny, I know they are an AL East rival, but I'm sorry. This is your destiny. You can see that. I'm sure Evan has this somewhere on 971theticket.com. Whatever. The website and all the.
Oh, I just pulled it up right here. I'm looking at it. This is fantastic. A bong celebration. You're right. Credit to Jim Costa. We saw this thing in the future. Or credit to his brother, I guess.
That's right.
Got to get him a deal with them.
I'm still waiting for my dong bong.
I'll leave that alone. Let's just get to where we got to go. So we started the show today. Cookie's in for Rico. And C.J. Stroud's coming to town. So here's how I want to just alter this. If we all agree that the Lions have a level of interest in moving to 3, I want to know what team you're on. Now, you're either Team QB. I want to leave it open-ended for Cookies because it might be Stroud, it might be Richardson from the Clouds, it might be Bryce Young. The point is, if you move to 3, a QB could be in play. Or are you like me? The only way you're moving to 3 is for Will Anderson. And I'll continue to comp it out. If he's Von Miller, Aiden is DeMarcus Ware. And you create what the Broncos built their Super Bowl around, including winning one with a quarterback who had bolts in his neck. It's just about applying so much pressure to the opposition that it breaks apart their offense's timing completely. I'm moving up to get Will Anderson. But what I'm not doing is I'm not laughing at Cookies because this team brought in Hendon Hooker. They're bringing in C.J. Stroud. They engaged with Richardson at his pro day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What side are you on if you got to draw a line? 248-539-9797. I want to know if you're with me, that the only way you're moving to 3 is to get Will Anderson. Or are you a little bit more of the risk taker? Are you a little bit more of the future proofer? That I saw what the Chiefs did when they had Alex Smith and were a playoff team. They still traded up to take his replacement. That I saw what the Niners did when they had Jimmy Garoppolo, and they traded their entire future to go and get Trey Lance. Now, one worked, one didn't. The point is they're both really good franchises who have a large Super Bowl window. So Cookies can't be laughed at for making the suggestion. I want to know where you're at with it. For me, if I'm going to 3, it's to get Will Anderson. Nothing else.
Listen, I'm on record. I love Will Anderson, and I love your comparison. They won with Frank and Manning. Remember what he had? Yeah, exactly.
He couldn't throw.
He couldn't throw the ball. But they were just so overwhelming on the defensive side. You can never have enough pass rushers. Anderson's the best pass rusher in college football the last 2 years. The idea that you could pair him with Aiden Hutchinson, I would love that. No part of me is going to be disappointed. But if you're moving up to 3, quarterback's the bigger home run position. If you get it right at that position, everything changes.
Yep.
If you get it right at the quarterback position, you take this from, hey, I think they can win the North this year too. I think they can win several Norths and the Super Bowl. That's the kind of difference maker an elite quarterback is. If they move up to 3 and they take a quarterback, I'll be thrilled because I trust Brad Holmes and he would have gotten his guy again.
No risk it, no biscuit. Jim is shooting the moon. He believes you can do a lot better than Goff. Why am I speaking for you? You believe. What am I doing? I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not used to you being here. We get to do this like once a quarter.
When the season ended, I was shocked that you stood up for Jared Goff. Because you're Mr. Hey, Detroit, you deserve better. You can be better.
Right.
You never settle. You are that guy.
You know what did it for me?
You ripped Eli Manning for years, and he's a better Goff who actually won things.
No, he wasn't. No, stop.
Okay, we're not going to do Eli radio, but
No, Goff's a better quarterback. Look at Eli. Lots of years, completion percentages in the 50s, a 500 quarterback, played 15 years, and in 13 of them, didn't win a playoff game. Can we not do this?
No, we don't need to do this with Eli, but we do need to consider what we have with Goff.
Right. My point was I let the data speak. That over the last 24 games, he was the second best QB in the NFC. I can't.
Tannehill had a 24-game stretch. I think it was his 28-game stretch with the Titans that was eerily similar. And you want to know why Tannehill played so well? Because he had a great run game, and he managed the hell out of the game.
Okay.
And it's the same deal with Goff. So what I'd like to do, and I feared, hey, at 6, you're probably not going to have access to one of the elite quarterbacks.
Why don't
at
you
3,
just say what
do.
you said in the commercial break? Why don't you just do that? See, I'm not busting you out
fine.
here.
I'll say it.
Stop
I'll
it.
say
Just
it, 'cause
say
here's
what you
what's gonna
said in the
happen.
break.
In a year or two, you're going to be crawling to me. In a year or two, you're going to hit the wall with Jared Goff, and you're going to get on your hands and your knees, and you're going to go, oh, if only we had seen this coming. If only there was a way we could have pivoted with a top 10 pick. Instead, we're stuck at 22 going nowhere. So yes, Mike, I think it's going to age like a fine wine. And I think those who are backing Jared Goff, it's going to be that milk, that clumpy milk. It's not going to age well. Good luck.
Thank you. We finally pulled it out of you.
Okay.
Basically, Jim's saying you're all going to come crawling back to him in 2 years.
Or less.
That now's the time you have to take a
Wait.
quarterback. You're never going to pick this high again. And if Brad Holmes loves one of them, maybe it's Stroud, you go up and get him. Okay? That's it.
I think one of the worst things that happened is the Lions didn't play a playoff game. Because if they had faced San Francisco, you would have had a very different view of Jared Goff.
Maybe. Or what if he played well?
I feel like I can look at his playoff track record. He's never thrown 2 touchdown passes in a single playoff game. I kind of think I know where that would have gone.
Okay, well, then good. If we're going to use playoff numbers, then you have to agree with me on Lamar because he blows in the playoffs.
I'm not pushing for
As
Lamar
long
to
as
Detroit.
I can get that little
That's
chip,
fine.
I'm in. Okay, David, you're shaking your head at disapproval. Kenny
Why does
can't
Lamar
even
come up in this?
He's catching strays in this.
No, because he and I did a lot of this on Cash the Ticket where, like, I refuse to bet on the Ravens. Like, I can't bring myself to it. And then there was the Huntley era. It's just, you got to understand.
There's a backstory.
Football season, we spend a lot of time together. Go ahead, David. Where are you at?
I am Team Anderson.
Okay.
Defense. You pair him with Aiden Hutchinson, and you put him in the James Houston now adds to the rotation there. Add them all together, and you have a defense, which is what this team needs. It stops.
Now, how do you address Jim saying that you're going to be crawling back and kissing his ass in a year and a half going, what do I do? I don't want Goff here.
I don't believe anybody's going to be crawling back to you saying, what do? We need a quarterback. I think Jared Goff is the guy here now and for the future. They'll be just fine with Jared Goff.
Let's go to Alec Manoa for his take. What do
Kind of
you,
looks like him.
Thank you.
what do you have?
No, I'm with David. I don't have any problem with drafting Will Anderson. I don't have a problem with Stroud, by the way. If they evaluate Stroud as some stud.
But pick a camp.
No, I'm on Camp Anderson. There's no other
Never
camp.
mind. Don't pick a camp.
Okay.
You were doing much better before.
No, and to address Jim's point in the future, I tend to lean with Mike, and you can find a quarterback elsewhere. You don't need to spend all of this draft capital.
And again, I will admit this because I don't want to be unfair to Jim. It's easy for me to defend a hypothetical. I'm just saying, well, there has to be a quarterback because I've become accustomed that every offseason, someone is unhappy somewhere, and you can give up something, and they become your quarterback.
Yeah, but you wanted Watson last year. Oops. If you would have gotten Wilson, double oops.
How's it
if
an
you
oops?
wanted,
How's it an oops to say I wanted the Lions to try to at least be in the convo? No, we weren't going to give up a $250 million contract. I don't even think the family has that money in escrow. I'm making a point. I want to be in the conversation, damn it. Like, guess what? They're in the conversation for the third pick. I am not mad if they don't do it. I'm happy I saw that stupid little logo as a part of the conversation. That's all I ask. Let's at least get it right. All right, we good?
I think we're great.
We'll get to the callers.
Let's do it.
God, I can't believe we're taking a quarterback now. Like, what is happening?